brought to you by Bethel School of Technology. Learn more at betheltech.net/Ken Coleman. Well, our dear friends at the IRS who care so deeply about us, they and the Treasury Department on Monday unveiled a plan to end a major tax loophole used by wealthy taxpayers, and this could generate as much as $50 billion in revenue over the next decade. And what it is targeting, and we're going to get into the weeds here from a simple standpoint, but this is called partnership basis shifting. And what this is it allows a business or a person to operate through many different legal entities in order to take more deductions and minimize what they owe. Okay. And in other words, it's a tax shelter. And it allows wealthy taxpayers to pay less taxes. Now, a quick pause on this, because this is deemed as wrong. This is deemed as shady. This is deemed as unfair. We hear the phrase fair share. Our current president loves to say, fair share. That's what he says. And he garbles everything until his old beaten down brain somehow can retrieve fair share. So he says fair share. So that's right. I don't care. This is the truth. I will criticize Trump. I will criticize Republicans. So let me go ahead and get this out. I will criticize any politician from any party if I think that what they're saying or doing is wrong. So for the rest of you who just got your panties in a wad over me making a little simple impersonation, get over it. It's the truth. Watch the clips. Fair share. Okay, so they've made the ability, or what they're calling loopholes, evil. Okay, and here's a case in point. Here's a direct quote from the article. Danny Werfel says, by the way, I saw this, Nathan, and I thought Danny Werfel, the former Heisman Trophy winning quarterback for Florida, not the same Danny Werfel for those of you who pay attention to football. These tax shelters, direct quote, these tax shelters allow wealthy taxpayers to avoid paying what they owe. Hey, Danny, they're not avoiding paying what they owe. They're avoiding the onerous taxes that the government tries to put on them. And if they can get out of paying some taxes through actual legal options, you dodo bird, it's not avoiding anything. So, it's mixed messaging. Not breaking the law. Okay, real quick, for all of you who are so mad at me right now and think that the rich should pay their fair share of taxes, how many of you would like to have, I don't know, a slash to the taxes that you pay? How many of you would like to look at your check stub and go, I brought home a lot more this month? Or how many of you on your restaurant bill would like to see the cost go down? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You're a hypocrite. I said it with a smile. You're a hypocrite. You don't want to pay taxes either. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm just getting started, by the way. If you're offended now, hang on. So this is the kind of stuff we say. And so they call it a shell game, hiding, all this nonsense. Okay? And so the Treasury and the IRS are focused on, you ready for this? This is Secretary Janet Yellen. Treasury and the IRS are focused on addressing high-end tax abuse. Tax abuse? What? We're making stuff up at this point. Wealthy people already pay enormous amounts in taxes. Oh, here we go. I just remembered this, Alex. Why don't you all go get on the Google so that you can't attack me. Go on the Google, and I want you to search how many Americans don't pay any income tax at all. It'll blow your mind. And by the way, when you look that number up, pay attention to what their income bracket is. So lower income people aren't paying any income tax at all. Some of you go, well, that's only right. No, it's not. Everybody should pay income tax. So I got news for all of you that think the rich aren't paying their fair share. They're already overpaying. They're paying way more than everybody else, and you just want them to pay more. Now, let me go into Economics 101 on why that's bad policy, and I'm going to do it in 1 minute. You ready? Here we go. Here's what happens when you tax the rich more. When you tax more of their money, guess what they do less of? Spending and investing. Anybody want to take a guess at who's creating a lot of the jobs and driving some of the economy? It would be small business people, and small business people are in that are successful are in this higher tax bracket. It's not all billionaires. Small business people create most jobs. And small business people that are creating jobs, they're making pretty good money. And they're getting taxed really high. They're in the top tax bracket. A small business person in America who, let's say they employ 50 people. And let's say they've got somewhere in the, let's say $3 to $5 million in gross revenues. I mean, they're making really good money, but they're in the top tax bracket, same as the billionaires. Here's what happens. You start closing these legal options and just squeezing the rich. Here's what they do. They're going to pull their money out because they're smart with their money. And that's going to pass itself all the way down to the rest of us and you. It contracts the economy. You want wealthy people getting more of their money because wealthy people spend their money. And when wealthy people spend their money, it creates more jobs, creates a healthier economy. When you tax the rich, guess what they do? They leave. Ask New York State and California how their revenues are doing. Rich people are leaving in droves. And eventually, it's all government. And if that's what you want, all government driving needs, because you've taxed wealthy people to a point where they go, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm out. Check in with Venezuela. Oh, check in with Cuba. And now I've said enough. So the IRS needs to be disbanded. We need a flat tax for everybody, fair tax, whatever. Everybody pays the same, and it's based on your income. And let's get more money flowing in the economy. More money flowing in the economy through rich people, wealthy people, means more money for you, greater resources for you, better public services for you. It all comes from the top. You want the money flowing down? Don't try to tax the rich more. Let them spend it, and we all benefit from it. There is Economics 101 with a Joe Biden impression. Just bonus for you today. Lord bless you. Launch your tech career today at betheltech.net/Ken Coleman.